Hi, this is Omar Sultan with another Blogger Daily Tech Minute, and we are wearing black today because this is our last Blogger Tech Minute for this show, and it makes me sad. But we do have some good stuff to talk about, and I'm actually going to start with Aneel. How'd you earn your paycheck today, Aneel?
Well, today I earned my paycheck by learning about Fabric Path, which was one of the large announcements from Cisco today. It's a way to get really massive scale in data center networks simply without having to worry about things like the spanning tree and getting, your L2MP today and your trill later when it comes out. It's like having your large virtualized cake and eating it too.
So why would customers care?
Because it is a foundational technology for building private clouds if you're big and you want your clouds to be big.
Wow, that's a great segue. It's almost like it was scripted or something.
Yeah.
So the other cool thing today was Padmasree's keynote, and it was a lot about cloud. And one of the things we've published on our website today is really a lot of the synthesis of our thinking around cloud. Pull it down, look at it at Cisco.com, go cloud. I think the key point for us is we see a lot of the public cloud, private cloud thing kind of being a false argument. At the end of the day, we think customers will converge on a hybrid cloud model where they'll have some existing infrastructure, some private cloud type of stuff, and some public cloud offerings. That's probably multiple public cloud offerings. And I think you'll see us continue to flesh out our viewpoint and start putting some more meat on the bone. But as we keeping with the trend, I have Ernesto and Brian here again. Brian didn't learn his lessons and he came back. So these two guys have their pulse on really what's happening from a private cloud perspective. Certainly we've been talking about it for forever. But I think we're starting to see some shifts in terms of customer perception and just how tangible it is. And what are you guys seeing?
So it's really interesting to see kind of it on main stage this morning. So from the VC coalition perspective, we've been promoting private cloud for about 18 months. And when we came out with a combination of VMware, Cisco, and EMC, started talking about what are the benefits of having this hybrid/private cloud and why it matters, and leveraging the technologies and integration between the UCS platform, the EMC storage and security, and the VMware virtualization. A lot of people, it got them thinking and saying, this is interesting because I get the benefits of the best of both worlds. Since then, so it's been about 18 months, VC launched back in November of 2009, we've had a lot of customer adoption. It's exactly like you said, Omar. They're looking at this as a joint model, but they know they need to get there. And they've actually liked the way that Cisco's approached this, as well as the ecosystem around it, is saying, look, we're trying to make this an open platform. We don't want to make it constrained. What you have today, you can use in a cloud-like environment without having to recode and rebuild the applications.
Sounds good. Yeah. Brian, what do you see?
So I think I see probably three big things. So one is we're trying to push this idea of what Padma talked about this morning of hybrid clouds. So trying to help them understand how do you build and get better at what you do internally. So the things that you want to control, that you have to control, that you feel comfortable with. What's available and making it very well known what's available and trying to make it as easy as possible for them to utilize it. So that's sort of one of the big pieces of that. vBlock sort of helps that from a consistency standpoint. I think the second thing we see is there's a ton of customers. The customers are pushing us harder, moving with us faster than I think we expected. They're coming to us and they're saying, look, I had been kind of trying to do this myself, but I hit a point where it got kind of unruly, and the fact that you guys are trying to make it easier to understand, more comprehensive, helps them. And then I think the third thing is they're basically looking at it as every time they've got a green field or a tipping point, they go, this is a great chance for us to sort of operationally sort of force something to happen that we needed to happen, right? So align the technology to their operations, and it seems to be working pretty well. We've got a ton of pipeline, and folks are trying to drive this stuff.
So that's a good point, right? We've talked about this not just being a shift in technology, but really being a catalyst, if you'll forgive the networking pun, around different types of conversations from an IT business perspective. So it sounds like that's happening, where they see this as enabling not just to roll out application infrastructure, but really approach the business or approach IT differently.
For me, that's the biggest thing. So like when the VC stuff came out, everyone, the techies sort of said, you're trying to sell it to the CIOs, and you're taking me out of the loop. Yeah. And I think what we've heard from the CIOs is, I've been trying to get you guys to move and work more closely together, and so I'm using that as sort of a forcing function. Not I'm trying to jam technology down your throat. I'm trying to get you guys to work more efficiently together, and I think we're starting to see that flush out more and more. So it's great technology, but it's trying to drive how you do it better.
Cool, and I think that's a great point to wrap on. Just to kind of keep things at a reasonable time.
Well, we know you're in a rush to get off to Australia, so we don't want to hold you up.
Or at least the nearest bar, one of the six. Maybe a bar on the way to Australia, just for training. But we will throw a couple of URLs up on the screen for the Cloud Prezo for the VC Coalition website, because there's a lot of good information there. Just in details, as well as some of the traction stuff we're seeing from customers. So for the team, thanks for watching, and have a great day.